U.S. President Joe Biden has said Israel has a right and a duty to respond to Hamas attack over the weekend, which he has called an act of shared evil. Please, if you are new here, remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. In a forceful remark, Biden said U.S. will stand with Israel and will provide whatever assistance it needed. Biden said at least 14 Americans has been killed in the attack and other U.S. citizens has been taken hostage. In a later briefing, a national security spokesman said at least 20 Americans were missing. He said it is not clear how many of those have been taken captive by Hamas. Militants from the group, which is designated a terrorist organization by the U.S., breached the border fence in Gaza Strip in several places on Saturday and launched the most serious cross-border attack Israel has faced in a generation. Some 1,200 people have killed in Israel since Saturday. More than 950 people have died in retaliatory Israeli airstrike on Gaza. Standing alongside Vice President Kamala Harris and Secretary of State Antony Blinken at the White House, Biden said there is no justification for the rampage by Hamas militants. We will work hour by hour both to determine whether we can account for any of those Americans or to confirm exactly the number of Americans held hostage. He added that the U.S. is sharing intelligence with Israel and deploy experts to advise Israeli counterparts on hostage recovery efforts. Earlier this week, the U.S. announced plans to move naval force, including an aircraft carrier, to the Eastern Mediterranean. U.S. Air Force squadrons based in the region are also being bolstered with additional combat aircraft. Mr. Biden said he will ask Congress to take urgent actions to provide more support. The White House is considering submitting a request to Congress that will include more military aid for both Ukraine and Israel. Mr. Biden and Mrs. Harris spoke with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin and pledged to supply fresh ammunition for Israel Iron Dome missile defense system. Mr. Blinken is expected to travel to Israel to meet senior Israeli officials. Israel has missed hundreds of thousands of troops as well as tanks and other heavy armors around Gaza, prompting speculation it is ready for a potential ground invasion as airstrike continues. While FBI has said it has no specific intelligence regarding threats in the U.S. stemming from the conflict, Mr. Biden said police across the country have stepped up security around Jewish sites to identify and disrupt any domestic threat that could emerge in connection with these horrific attacks. There is no place for hate in America, not against Jews, not against Muslims, not against anybody, he added. On 7th October 2023, Palestinian militant group led by Hamas launched a large-scale invasion and offensive against Israel from the Gaza Strip, breaking through the Gaza-Israel barrier and forcing entry through the Gaza border, crossing into nearby settlements in Israel and militant installation. It is the first direct conflict within Israel boundaries since the 1948 Arab-Israel War. Hostilities were initiated in the early morning with a rocket barrage against Israel and vehicle transported incursion into Israeli territory, with several attacks on surrounding Israeli civilian communities and Israeli military bases. For the first time since the 1973 Yom Kippur War, which took place almost exactly 50 years before the current attacks, Israel formally declared war. Hi, here comes the end of the video. If you are new here, remember to hit the subscribe button to be notified when we post our new video.